Okay, welcome back. Let's check in on some combat action and see how things are progressing here. So let's assume, for sake of argument, that we'll rewind the things a little bit and let's talk about where are my tweezers? Let's talk about the combat phase. So all the Taliban units have moved, and all the guys who are eligible to do defensive fire, or basically opportunity fire, let's assume that they've done that. And then all these guys get to shoot. So each unit, the way I'm reading the rules, let's find a guy that you can see more clearly here. Each unit has the ability to fire discreetly by itself, right? So we would take this 6 factor, and if I'm aiming at this dude here, we're going to subtract 1 die because they're in some woods here, or if they're in this hex here in a building, we'd subtract 2 dice, and if they were sprinting, then we would subtract 2 more dice, right? So let's just say we're going to shoot at these guys, which would be a net minus one die, so 5 dice. So roll 5 dice. Let me just get these other dice out of here. So roll 5. And I got 2 6s, a 1, which we can use to negate one of the results. And then I've got what's called a severe wound, right? And then these aren't going to matter now because we've got the severe wound. So I would put a wound marker on the dude that's under there, and I'm putting all my firepower on this one guy, right? So he's got a wound. Now, I've got another unit in that hex. He can now fire. So he can fire 6 dice minus the 1 for the woods. So he gets to roll 5 dice as well. And now I pick up another 2 wounds, but they're light wounds. What's unclear to me is if I already have what would have been a severe wound, rolling a 6, whether that combined together kills the unit, or I have to get a light wound and then get a severe wound. That's not really clearly stated in the rules, but I'm assuming if you get shot twice, right, since it's an individual, that you did. Now that may not be the case, and which would, maybe that explains, why they've got this monstrous pile of dead people in turn 1. But you've got some units here that are rolling 11 dice gross. So here I've got 4 plus 7 is 11 dice, 11d6 minus whatever tech bonuses, and if they're sprinting and all that sort of nonsense. So I'm still getting 7, 8, or 9 dice that are being rolled. I'm going to get some 5s and 6s, and I'm going to get some 1s and all that sort of good stuff. I get it. Things seem to be dying very, very quickly. On the flip side, we've got these fantastic, GRU 31s, right, the big cluster bomb doohickeys, like some sort of JDAM, I guess, and they wherever they land, they just kill everybody. So in the American turn, they're going to kill these guys and these guys. So they'll wipe out 6 units. So it's a little bit of an attritional thing, and the other types of units that can be used are this guy who lands on a hex and he does 15 dice, and we adjust for terrain and all that sort of fun stuff. But nevertheless, so the other problem or issue I seem to be having here is if I don't have an attached weapon like a 203 or one of these Mark 48s, or a light machine gun of some type, or a 249, then I can't shoot. I can't shoot at this guy here. He's 2 hexes away. That's as far as I can shoot, because this is also my range. He gets 1. Actually, doesn't he? Gets 2 dice bonus for being in the woods, so that drops us down to 0 dice, which means he can't shoot. Now, if he moves adjacent, which he would at some point to try and get into close combat, well, of course, he is going to then, I'll get a bonus die, so I'll be -2 for the woods, and the mountain stuff, and 2 for mine. It's 0, but +1 because he's adjacent. So I'll be trying to kill guys with +1. Roll a die. Roll a 1. I missed. So these guys are, unless we're catching the enemy in the open, they're basically useless. Unless they have a squad attached weapon, in which case then that would bump this up. So for instance, there's a 3 here, right? So that'd be 5 dice that we would roll. -1 for the woods, -2 for the woods, sorry, so bring it down to 3 dice, and then goes back up 1 for being adjacent to be 4 dice, so we could pick up 4 dice and roll them. And then you see we get much better results, right? Much different results. Well, in this case, not so great. We've got a miss, a 2 is a miss, a 1 is a take cover, so it protects you, you get to cancel out a result, so we'll cancel that result out, and then a 3rd would be a discipline check, so I got to roll immediately for these guys. Got a 4, so they pass because they have a 6 rating. Now, that's how that works. Now, if there were multiple units in this hex here, I can split these dice up however I want, right? And I could put 2 on this guy, and 4 on this guy, or 1 on this guy, and 3 on the other guy, and just do whatever you want. It's all, which is all very cool. You get to sort of discreetly, you're picking your targets. I get that, but I'm struggling with the lethality of the fire from the Taliban. It is, we've lost 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, and I've got a couple of wounded dudes here on the board, and I stopped doing a lot of the shooting around here. It's just a lot of dice, right? We're sitting here rolling dice, and that's all we're really doing. There's not a lot of tactics to it. Just go, oh, I'm going to roll some dice now. I'm moving. Oh, well, wait, I'm going to roll some dice. And it's all kind of, I'm feeling like it's kind of pointless. It's can I hang in there long enough, and do I get some cool goodies, as these support things turn up, right? So here's a nice one. This one is a, let's zoom in on this guy. That's a double banger for that. Oh, come on. There we go. That's going to affect every unit in the hex and all adjacent hexes. So that would be a nice one to get once they start to close in, but I've got to use it or lose it. So I could put it here, and we would kill these 2 stacks, or I could put it here and kill these 2 stacks. Knowing that those types of things are in the deck of mass destruction weapons, we're trying to keep our guys spread out, obviously, until they close in and try and get into close assault range and go from there. But that's kind of the game, and I'm really just underwhelmed by it, unfortunately. I'm seriously debating whether I'm going to mess with it anymore. I might have a look at the Vietnam scenario, see if it's any better or different. It's going to be the same concept, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does this look interesting? Am I downplaying it? Am I not? Am I giving it short shrift? Post a comment. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Talk to you soon. Go roll some dice.